Hi, Zizaran here, and I am going to look over the T-Gems Part 1 and all the things that we've seen. This one has Spiritual Aid built in. Oh, increases ammo reduction to minion damage, also applies to this skill's damage at 250% of their value. Right. So the base damage is the same, but this is more for actually casting with Absolution. Maximum of 2 summon sentinels instead of 3. It's for using it as an actual spell. Okay. That's interesting. And my Guardian of Smiting can use items requiring up to level 100. That's normal. 40% minion speed. That's normal. I guess after uses Smite of Divine Judgment, ignoring weapon restrictions. Wow. I mean, regardless of what actually ends up being good or trash, there's so much potential here. Like, it's such a cool idea. Arc of Surging. Beam splits towards 9 additional targets. Modifiers to number chains split towards. Way more damage. But I guess it doesn't bounce anymore. It just simultaneously hits several other enemies. And there's no... It doesn't even look like you can do single target much. That's cool. The next one's Arc as well. Oscillating. 50% more damage with hits and ailments for each remaining chain. Wow. 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 That's insane for Ignite. Flare and Burst? Yeah, this might be really interesting with some combos. Especially with added. It doesn't have super high added damage, but... Blade Blast of Unloading. Higher mana cost, higher cast time, same crit chance, way more added damage. Deal spell damage in an area around you. If you have Blade Vortex orbiting you, it'll detonate each of them in turn, dealing damage in an area. Oh, this is only with Blade Vortex? Wow. So it's giga damage, but the only way to generate the charges is Blade Vortex. BVBB. So it's like a bit like Discharge with BV. That sounds really cool. Blade Blast of Dagger Detonation. Your equipped daggers add to this damage. So Discharge, but Blade Blast. Again, like they're both kind of dischargey, but like different. Equal to 580% of damage of equipped daggers. Volcanus? That sounds insane. It doesn't consume blades? That's very interesting. Oh, that's so cool. Incision. The critical strength chance is continually boosted while channeling. So instead of 20 more damage and hits and ailments, it's 30 crit. That sounds kind of trash. That sounds super trash. 30 more crit though, but crit is so easy right now. Okay, that's the worst one so far. But not everything needs to instantly be Giga tier. It's also Blade Flurry. Blade Trap. 140 base and effectiveness. Throws a trap once triggered, swings 2 copies of your equipped 2-handed sword around it in circles. That sounds so strong. With like a good weapon. 8-second 3 charges. Okay, so it's basically the same as Seismic. It could be really strong. Blade Trap of Laceration. Swings 2 copies of your equipped dagger, claw, or one-handed. 79% more damage with bleeding. I'm not a bleed enjoyer. Bladeful of the Volleys. Volley Girl. Less damage, 7 volleys. This could be good for a just... Also, it could interact like crazy with AoE. It looks like something you're gonna have to aim though. But I played Bladeful this thing and that could be really good. Blade Storm of Uncertainty. Damaging enemies around you and creating a random Blade Storm. The Blade Storm repeatedly damages based on your weapon damage for duration. Blood Blade Storms are stationary. Stands move forward and blinds enemies. Right. Oh, right. So you get a send and a bleed. That could be interesting. Blight of Contagion. This is one of the only ones I'd seen before. And this is actual base damage of Contagion. If I remember, it's like half or a third of Essence Drain. Is Essence Drain 1,000 or 1,800, 1,500-ish? Right, so this is more damage. Right, isn't this a lot more damage than normal? Oh, but it builds faster and only 5. What's the damage per second comparatively? Half the damage, but faster, and you can clear with it. Still double ED damage. The problem is ED's clear is fine, and this is a clear solver. And ED's single target needs actual blight. And that doesn't really help us. What's Blight of Atrophy do? Reducing their life regeneration? Is that it? Contagion of Subsiding. So that's only slightly less damage than Essence Drain. So you could either Spell Slinger or just Contagion things down. So that sounds pretty fun because Essence Drain already has enough damage. And then you could do Essence Drain, Soul Rend, and Contagion and Blight for single target. 75% of the damage each time it spreads. Yeah, but that's fine. Only needs to, but it's not going to spread for like that much anyway. That's fine. That's not a problem. If you played ED, that's not going to be a problem, especially with the less AoE. You have to reapply it all the time now anyway. So I'm not worried about that. I'm still worried about the big problem of these builds is that they struggle so hard on damage. You really need to know what you're doing, and you really need to have good gear. Like Karn, sorry, not Karn. Carve earlier said he was kind of offended that people were putting ED so low on tier list, because he knows what to do and how to play it. And like, yeah, you can, but do you want to recommend that to people? I don't. Can you elaborate on what? Oh, Chaos Skills. So they just struggle with single target. They just really, like, even getting 5 million DPS on a Essence Drain build is very hard right now. You really need like really good weapon, really good amulet, corrupted gloves ideally. Like it's with the same investment, Carve uses the 3 million DPS, Toxic Rain gets 12. Great example. Bone Shatter of Complex Trauma. Oh god. I don't even play normal Bone Shatter. Forceful that also hits you. Successive strikes will raise the damage dealt to an enemy. Stunning an enemy. This is a damaging pulse. Lose all trauma on reaching 10. Gain 1 trauma the first time. 497 physical damage. 20% more damage per trauma. Oh. So you get 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, etc. more damage, but then you lose it. Also works better with multi-strike. True. I mean, it's interesting. It's a cool thing to have. Maybe somebody will make something work with it. Same base damage. Pulses 20% AoE. Up to 400? Is that normal? No, it's 5% more. This is for mapping? Why is no trauma? No trauma and more AoE. Isn't that garbage? Is this usable? Are they saying Karn is bad? Why do they name the bad one like that? I like how we said the same thing at the same time. It's usable for mapping. Okay, Burning Arrow of Vigor. Burning Arrow of Vigor, dealing added fire damage equal to 24% of max life. Of your max life? 100%. Wait, how much life do you need? Man, can we do Comb's Heart? Wow. 100 base instead of 300 though? Yeah. I don't know how much life you need to make up for that. Terrible damage effectiveness. It's trash. Yeah. That sucks. A lot of these are being made like now, like quickly. So they're probably being a little bit cautious not to break the game. But I still think this is like, I think, I mean, there's still like a lot of game breaky ones. I'm sure we've all seen some that are like, wow, this is broken. So I think they're very healthy for the game though. There's going to be so many cool things here. Pulsing Arrow of Poison. 40% chance to hit. Added chaos. Fire poisonous arrow which deals chaos damage in an area on impact. So it's like a chaos bomb? That's so cool. There's no ground. It just inflicts poison. Which stacks. Isn't this really interesting on mines? On loads of things? This is a really interesting trap build. This is so interesting on so many things. That's so cool with the helmet. Oh, that's so cool. Cleave of Rage. Gain 2 rage if this skill hits any enemies. Is that the only thing you gain rage? Isn't this just objectively better than the actual cleave? Oh, it has no flat. But 300% effectiveness. So late game it's way better. And early it's both an axe and a sword. Ah! I see, you need one of each. Okay, cool. But it is pretty much objectively better. Mid-game, plus. It is pretty much objectively better. Oh, that's cool, though. I can see actually people league starting cleave. That's kind of neat. Snap of Power. Same damage. Power charge on critical strike. Creates a sudden burst of cold, damaging enemies. And base crit. That's neat. No dot. Hey, you want to do things like Unleash and stuff. That's cool. That sounds neat. There's a lot of cool gems here. I'm pleasantly surprised by how many things are interesting. I don't know about you guys, but I'm holy fuck. What the fuck? Oh, this with Awakened Spell Cascade is probably like a super uber killer. Wait, this is insane. 10% more AoE per near charge and attack damage? What the fuck? So if you have good enough generation and like 11 endurance charges, it's 110 more damage. Good scaling still. Wait, isn't this cracked? 30% more damage to closer targets? Has a cooldown? It doesn't really have a cooldown because it can be bypassed. Yeah, huge AoE. That looks insane. And the other Contagion spreads when the affected enemy is hit. Wait. So I have to hit it, and it has a big radius. I have to hit it. Then it'll spread once. It'll spread one time. And I'd have to hit it again to spread it again? That sounds awful. Spellslinger? That still sounds awful. I don't like that at all. For all those ED party builds with MF colors, you know? Kill me. Okay, that one's awful. Alright. Cracklands of Branching. 20 more area of effect, 50 branching angle, and damage. More damage than normal. There's no intensity, so I guess this is just for full power clearing early. So more damage, more effectiveness, and no intensity needed. You can build it full Sith. 20 max effective shock. Crazy damage. Isn't this really good for lightning conduit? Have fun casting it with the LC cast? Yeah. I mean, both of these are gonna be like play around with and see. But can't you Arcanist Brandit? It's really good for single target with LC, right? Dealing area, which will repeatedly unless protects detonate corpses for a duration. So it's like detonate dead. It's like Wild DD. Virus explosions are not affected by modifiers of spell damage and cannot be reflected. So this keeps exploding corpses. It's one max geyser. It's really good. It fires 4 and that's it though. I mean, that could still be very interesting. It lasts for 4 seconds. It's firing more projectiles than normal. Formation of the volcano. It's a volcanic geyser at the location, and this doesn't need a corpse. This is just volcano. This is the skill I wanted. This is amazing. I always wanted this. Just like not corpse related cremation. Fires 4 projectiles, max 6. This is actually a volcano build, finally. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. I love that. Cyclone of Tumult. To move towards a target location while spinning. Less movement speed per stage. Oh. Wait, what's the benefit of this one? Oh, 25 more attack speed. So maybe good for single target, bad for clearing. That sounds kind of bad. Detonate Dead of Scavenging. Explosion deals base fire damage. How much? 34%. Wow. 60% less damage with ailments. Damn. I mean, that's insane for Blight. It's insane for Blight. Detonating a boss corpse is a one-shot anyway. Chain reaction. Targets a corpse and deals spell damage, as well as causing the corpse to explode. Potion's not affected. This will continue to target other corpses in the area with a shorter delay. So this is just wild DD. Maybe you need to like summon more corpses. Interesting. Discharge of Misery. Oh, that's the more AoE and stuff per charge. That's crazy AoE and crazy damage per charge. Or actually, it's a lot less damage per charge, right? Like a third of the damage, but way more AoE. And no cooldown. Yeah, no ailment cooldown. Or no ailment thing. Interesting. All damage can ignite or all damage can poison. Divine Ire. So many people want to play Divine Ire. Of Holy Lightning. Physical damage converted to lightning. Higher fizz than normal. Higher effectiveness. Damages 14 nearby enemies when you gain stages. Burst deals 100% more damage with hits per stage after the first. The burst does. Oh, and a powerful burst around you. So it's a charging discharge? Alright, let's look at Disintegration. Oh, that's cool. Sounds fun for clearing. 400 to 600. Wow. Higher damage effectiveness. Channeling draws in energy. Release to unleash this beam in front of you. Modifiers to AoE don't affect it. It's more concentrated, I guess. 200 more damage. Kameha. No small hits. Yeah, a lot more base damage, but less scaling. Double base damage, though. And more effectiveness. Double base effectiveness. Dominating Blow. We are getting more. This is just batch 1. To be fair, honestly, I think a lot of people, a large percentage of us, would probably find something really cool to do with just these, and we're getting a lot more than just that. That's kind of cool to think about. We're getting a lot this thing in terms of toy boxes. It's the same as the Absolution one. Oh, increase in reductions to minion damage. That's way worse on Dominating Blow than it is on Absolution, though. That's way worse on this, no? But it won't affect the summons. That's for actually hitting with this. That's actually kind of bad. But the Absolution one, I could see being useful. The Dominating Blow one is a hard pass for me. Double Strike of Impaling. Impale effect, though. So just more endgame scaling with Impale and probably really good with the Watcher's Eye, I guess. Double Strike of Momentum. Gain a stage at the start, max 10 stages. Am I the only one who's sitting here thinking, stop trying to make momentum a thing? I hate momentum. I hate the idea of momentum. I hate it. Be interesting to see. All right. Well, that was a lot of cool ones. I hope you guys enjoyed us going over them together. Don't have any crazy opinions other than that. There's quite a lot of like interesting and fun ones here to make builds with. We're not going to be making Essence Drain Dot Starter most likely. It depends if like ED has a crazy gem, but the problem is that the base scaling and everything isn't really suitable as a beginner build for new players. It's just not a good league starter. But yeah. So I'm still league starting Falling Zombies. It's going to be my league starters. Anyway, thanks for watching. So if you liked the video, but more importantly, try to die less than I do.